this could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling, 'cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, time to feel it, this is where it all begins.
Festival goers to the 2020 Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival, a production of the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust. We're live from Pittsburgh and streaming around the world from the Dollar Bank Digital Main Stage. Tonight's show features Liberty Magic at Home with Derek Hughes, Nathan Christopher, and musical guest Lisa Ramey.
This is where it all begins.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we have a really exciting episode for you tonight, as I'm sure you've already realized. I hope you've had a chance to check out the Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival, all digital now. If you haven't yet, you can do so at trustarts.org/TRAF. We've been producing live streaming events every night since the 5th. They're all archived there for your viewing pleasure. You can also support the arts by doing a little shopping at the virtual artist market. So make sure to check that out. You can also support us by donating, as always, at trustarts.org/TRAF donate. Now, I hope you all enjoyed a little live music opener provided by Lisa Ramey. That was her original song, Open Wide, from her album, our newly released album, Surrender. We're going to hear more music from Lisa later on in the evening, but for now, I give you all Stand Up Magician, reading from his original book, illustrated by Nathan Christopher, Derek Hughes, and Humpty Dumpty Lived Near a Wall.
Humpty Dumpty lived near a wall. Humpty Dumpty had no fun at all. He worked all day long under fluorescent light, and due to back pain, couldn't sleep through the night. Curved spine. He's an egg. To and from work, he would walk near the wall. Days lived in shadows. That wall was so tall. All the king's subject lives life in dismay, all day long busy, with no time for play. The king had forbidden his empire to dream, keep everyone working his self-serving scheme. But a vision had hatched, and it was no joke. If the king knew his plan, he'd scramble his yoke. He kept his dream quiet, told no one at all. His secret ambition? Look over the wall. He couldn't even tell his friend, the Mad Hatter, to realize his dream. he was building a ladder. Well, it's a pretty good cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh, that's what I was going to say. Well, I can't wait to hear what happens next, but I do want to say hello and welcome to the show, Derek. It's so good to see you again.
Hi, Zoe. It's been a couple months since we were able to spend some time like real people in a room.
I know the world has changed completely since we were in a room together.
I'm so
Derek
glad you're doing this
live show on the Liberty Magic stage in January this year. So it's good to work with you again.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm glad you guys are doing this. This is very cool.
It's been a lot of fun. Well, joining us also today is the visual artist who created all of those incredibly detailed illustrations you just saw in Derek's book, and that's Nathan Christopher. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, Nathan. It's been great to meet you as we've ramped up for tonight's episode. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. It's really fun to branch out into different media where we're used to live theater and magic, and visual arts is really fun to throw into the mix as well.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I could be here to represent that for you.
Yeah. Well, Derek, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind this book and then how it came to be illustrated by Nathan?
Absolutely. So I was joking with a friend late one night when I was living in LA. This was over 10 years ago, about the idea of Humpty Dumpty. We were laughing about this idea that Humpty was a hero. And the next morning I woke up and I thought, you know what, I should try to hammer out, at least a draft of that poem. And over the course of a couple hours, I was really seized with the muse, and this really wonderful little sort of modern fable came out. And it moved me. I felt moved, and I was like, "Wow, this is great!" So I started performing it live as a spoken word piece in my touring show. And people would ask, "Where do I find that? Who wrote that?" So I thought, well, I should publish. I should make a little, cheap some version of it with a couple of simple illustrations that I could sell after shows. So I hit Nathan up and I said, "Hey, Nathan, would you illustrate?" And Nathan and I are very good friends from the University of Minnesota, and I thought it would take 2 months, maybe max. 5 years later, Nathan Christopher, mad scientist, illustrative genius, he wouldn't quit, and he wouldn't show me anything. And every time I get a piece, I'd be like, "I need it now," and I'd look and I go, "Oh, fine, keep working," And if you get this book, it's 8 inches by 8 inches in diameter, but we should sell it with a jeweler's loop, because the detail. I mean, you can see Nathan. He works in a large scale, hand drawn, and then it was shrunk down to be published. Yeah. So that was sort of the genesis. I went to Nathan, and Nathan, you really got caught up in the process, in the story, like you do with everything. But why did you go so deep, man?
Nathan, I'd love to hear about your process, and specifically that scale. I see you've got one of the original pieces behind you.
I do. You're right. Yeah, I do. This is the page which your viewers will recognize from earlier, where Humpty's having tea with his friend the Mad Hatter, and yeah, I do work actually for this book I worked at a variety of different sizes. There was a point along the way where I thought, this is obviously taking too long, so I worked at a smaller size. Like, this is the image of Humpty Dumpty building the ladder, or part of it anyway. And you'll also notice, that the Humpty has a kind of a larger face in this image. That's because at the time that I was working on this, Derek was doing a version of the story on America's Got Talent, and the face, as part of the illusion, had to be very visible. So we made the face, like, the features really big. And when it came time to do the book for Penguin, we wanted to standardize the character so that he looked kind of the same in every illustration, if possible. And so then I had to do a second version of his face, which was then added in with Photoshop to get the image for the book for Penguin.
Oh yeah, that's great. I wonder if you could hold him up to the camera so we could see those two.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought.
No, all good.
Yeah.
I just want to see that evolution. That process is so interesting.
How's that?
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh gosh. That's wonderful. And it was so interesting to see, Derek, your live show kind of evolve as you were performing at Liberty Magic, and how it grew with the story of the book, and by the end of your run, it was so integrated.
Well, and that was once, we had this beautiful book. As a live performer, everything you do in live performance is ephemeral. You perform, you share a moment, you create an experience and emotions, and then it's just gone. And to have something tangible that I could bring and share with audiences, and that they could take with them, was a new experience as an artist for me. Like an actual thing, an object. And when we opened at Liberty Magic, I think it was like the 8th of January, it was that same week that, we were able to sell the book to Penguin Random House, this giant publishing house, their children's books department. They bought it and published it. And that was the release date. That our first week at Liberty was the release date of the Penguin Random House version of our book. So I thought, wow, I would love to find a way to take the book and make it a through line, sort of a theatrical spine, to frame my magic and comedy. And Liberty Magic afforded me the ability to take some risks with, the story is quite, it has a sweetness and there's a tragedy to it. And it's not just a joke and it's not just a gag. And the time I had in your space really allowed me to explore that element of my artist voice. In a real safe space. And I think audiences were very affected by it. I was.
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful.
I was, for sure.
Yeah.
And Nathan, are there any projects that you're working on developing, expanding?
Well, I've always got little projects here and there going, but I guess at the moment, like all artists, I'm just trying to figure out what is the way forward now, because the world has become so complicated. I guess I'm working on an idea of my own for a little book. I've talked to Derek about maybe a potential follow-up for Humpty Dumpty, not a sequel per se, but something else set in that world.
Jack and Jill live near a hill.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. I'll look out for it in 5 years, though.
Sure, that's right. I've actually I've been talking to Nathan too about speaking of live performance and this weird proscenium that we're now working with in the world of social distance and Zoom. And I would like to make a version of the book that when it opens, it opens to a pop-up little theater, and then the curtain opens and there's a real human face.
Oh wow!
And sort of creating. One of the cameras that would be part of the experience is, isolated on this other world that exists with Nathan's illustrations and creations. So,
I can't wait to see what else comes out of the two of you. That's great. But speaking of the book, can we check back in with Humpty and see what else is going on in his?
Yeah, let's see. I think we left him in a pretty precarious state. Let's find out what's going on. Where were we? Yes. He was building a ladder. Ladder complete, he stole into the night, avoiding king's men and hiding from sight. Fear pushed to the side, and faith filling his lungs. Hand over hand, he climbed up the rungs. That's my favorite illustration in the book for the Humpty looking away from us into the distance. Nathan and I, we struggled with that for a couple of years. And one night, the original idea was that Humpty would be looking over the wall and we'd just see his eyes. And it might be the only color in the book, seeing some color reflected in his eyes. And it just wasn't working because you need a whole face. Just seeing eyes doesn't communicate very much at all. And then Nathan had the idea. We were like, he needs to sit on the wall. That's all he does in the original poem. And then Nathan came back with this image where he's facing away. So, now it's not what we want you to see him experiencing. It's whatever you need him to be experiencing. It's pretty good.
Yes, that's so beautiful. As we've been ramping up to tonight's live stream, I've been realizing so many new things about this book. And you think about it being a children's book, and if anyone has ever babysat or is a parent, children get attached to a book and read it over and over and over again. And I think with this book, it's worth that second, third, 20th, 50th read, because you really do see something different every time.
Well, the illustrations are part of that. They're so rich with little Easter eggs, and he made it Chicken Little who discovers Humpty. You'll see in the next installment, Chicken Little.
Yeah. Well, hey Derek, I think I'm ready for some magic. So if I bring Lisa Ramey back, would you be able to share a piece with the three of us? Lisa,
yeah, do that. I would love that.
Welcome back, Lisa.
Oh, I'm so excited. What you got?
Well, thanks for your beautiful music. You're a musician, but
Sure.
You're not a magician.
No, and I would really appreciate it if after you do the trick, if you tell me how you did it.
Well, first, here's your dreams will come true, because I'm going to first test to see your aptitude, see where you're at. And if
Okay.
it goes well, you'll actually do some magic for us. So first here, what I want you to do is I have a crayon here. This is a black crayon. I use a children's crayon because I try to embrace a child's state of mind. I have a business card here.
Okay.
And what I want you to do, Lisa, is take a deep breath and think of any letter in the alphabet.
I got it.
You have one.
I feel like I
That's
should change
fast.
it. Okay, I'll stick with it. Okay.
You're sticking with the original, right?
I'm so nervous. I am.
Yeah, don't change your mind.
I won't change it.
I'm committed.
I swear. I
Now,
promise.
Lisa, you could have thought A, you could have thought B, you could have thought C, you could have thought D, E, F, G, H, you could have thought I, J, K, L, M, N, O, you could have thought P, you could have thought Q, R, S, you could have thought T, you could have thought U, you could have thought, look, I'm not going to go through the whole alphabet.
Good. You had a few left.
What letter, the original choice, you didn't change your mind, what letter did you
I'm
stick
feeling
with in your mind?
I'm feeling pressure. I feel like I should lie. No, I'm not going to lie. The first letter I said was L.
L.
Yeah.
Question, was it an uppercase or a lowercase L?
When I thought of it,
Yeah.
it was just an L.
What's that?
It was just an L because my name is Lisa. How lame is that? But it was
So
an
Lisa,
L.
so since Lisa, it's the first letter in your name,
Yeah.
it was probably capital.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Now I need you to tell me how you did that. How did you read my mind? Where
It tells
even
you
are
that
you?
You have a great gift and a great aptitude for mystery.
I'm that see-through is what you're telling me. People can
No,
look at me and
listen,
see
Lisa. Look, I have here a deck of cards. It is wrapped with a rubber band. I'm going to take the rubber band off, and I want you to imagine that you are holding a deck of cards there. Okay?
Imagining it.
Imagine it. Open the box, slide the cards out just like I did.
Mm-hmm.
You did that?
Mm-hmm. I got them in my
Now, so everybody can see, take the cards,
hand.
give them a good shuffle.
Okay, shuffling.
Okay? Did you shuffle them? You keep your cards out. I'm putting my shuffled cards back into the box.
Okay, mine are out in my head.
What I want you to do is name any card in the deck of cards.
Out loud?
Yes.
5 of hearts.
The 5 of hearts.
What
Nice.
you gonna do with that
Look
one?
through those cards
Okay,
and find the 5 of hearts.
found it.
Take it out.
That was fast.
She's out.
Now, because we're short on time, name a number between 1 and 10.
5.
5. Put that, what card did you say?
5 of hearts.
Put that 5 of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Put that 5 of hearts. 5 cards from the top of the deck, right there.
Okay. It's there.
And put them back in the box.
Oh, okay. All right.
And put
I'll
that
put
box
them
in
in
your
the box.
pocket. You can keep those cards. No expense.
All right, good.
How generous.
I know, right? That's a work expense.
I shuffled these cards.
Okay.
Do you remember?
It's going to be crazy.
I placed them inside the box.
You got to be kidding me.
Before you said a card, before you said anything, what number did you say?
5 of hearts.
You said 5 of hearts, and then what number?
5.
5. Look, right from the top. 1, 2,
Somebody
3,
help. How
4.
is
This is the 5th card,
I hate you.
and you are magic.
But it's not me.
It's all you.
Ah!
Let's give Lisa a huge round of applause.
Lisa,
Thank
that
you
was
so
all
much.
you.
Thank you so much. I picked 5 in the 5 of hearts. I'm amazing.
I'm going to keep this business card L. It's going to be a reminder for me, a good luck charm.
This is crazy. I'm going to keep the deck of cards you bought me in my head. Thank you.
You got it.
Cherish it forever, Lisa. Don't lose it.
How did he do that? I'm going to think about that for you don't understand. I'm going to think about this for a year.
You're
I'm gonna try
making
to
me
figure it out on
laugh.
my own.
You know, Lisa, we're artists. I incorporated for tax purposes a few years ago.
Yes.
And I can't believe that I got the name Insomnia Incorporated.
Yeah.
Because what I do
So
is going to
good.
keep you up all night.
It's what you do. I'm a subscriber, and it just happened.
Fantastic.
How did he do it? Do you know?
I have no idea. Lisa, I see magic all the time for my job, and I still know none of it. They're still too
So
good
you
for
know
it.
a few tricks.
My
A
mind is
few,
blown.
very
I'm
few,
upset.
very few. Well,
sad.
Derek, I'm dying to know what happens in the end to Humpty. Can we
Yeah,
revisit
tell
that
us.
reading?
Let's go there.
Okay.
Where were we? Oh, yes. That's right. He was sitting. Oh. The next morning at daybreak, news spread to the rest. Someone in the kingdom put the wall to the test. The headlines that day said the wall had won out. An egg was in pieces. So tragic, no doubt. Well, to stop other subjects from changing their fate, and to prove to his realm that dreams aren't so great, the king sent a photo to one and to all, the remains of an egg at the foot of the wall. But the king and his men had missed something new. That photo was proof the egg's dreams had come true. On broken eggshells pushed in a great pile, one piece was on top. That piece had a smile.
Oh, that poem, that artwork, it's so inspiring, and it's moved me to tears on multiple occasions.
I have to point out, I say want a jeweler's loop because if you notice in the distance, among Humpty's broken ladder, all the people from the fairy kingdom have built their own ladders and are following his example, his inspiration.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, really. I mean, I got to say it hits me differently during this moment in history. I think we're all sort of working our way up a ladder right now. The current wall being, systemic racism, among other things. But of course, that's what we're battling, what we're protesting right now. So Lisa, as a recording artist, I know you usually express yourself through your music, which we're going to hear more of later on in the show. But I do want to give you a few minutes just to speak about your own experiences, your own thoughts as an artist and a member of the Black community.
Thank you, first of all. And your book is really amazing. So thank you for making that. I would say, first off, I want to say thank you to Minneapolis, because after everything that we have been through and all the agony and terror, it's quite amazing to see that they are starting to recreate a system of public safety. And it's not just based on the police. We're trying to find other ways that we can help our community with our community's voices coming forward. I always want to be a part of a world like that, where I can get together with my community and discuss what's best for us. I think that is great that Minneapolis is doing this. It's been a very long time coming. It is very scary. I will say that I've been marching in New York, and to be out there with people who look like me in others who don't look like me, and we are arm in arm and we're walking together. We're not arm in arm because of the whole COVID situation, but they're out there with me, which is amazing. And to see all the statistics of all the people that actually do believe Black Lives Matter. I've spent my whole life fighting for people to see me as a human, and to see that there are people who actually hear that and agree with that and will walk with me is amazing. I have always hated social media. It is something that I have to conquer and work at daily. But right now, I am so happy to see all all the states and 18 countries all marching for me and my people. 400 years later, it's an amazing thing to see. We have so far to go. Nothing's going to change overnight, but we can do it. And it's amazing right now to see that people are actually doing that. And my friends here tonight with me all stand beside me, my brothers and sisters. And that is hope. In a hopeless world, right now we are seeing actual hope, and it's unbelievable. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. And Derek and Nathan, I know you are both streaming in from the Minneapolis area. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I guess I would say I feel really lucky to be alive at this time. I mean, this change is a change that's it's long overdue, like centuries overdue, and to be here when it's kind of finally, we hope, happening. There's a lot for artists to participate in and to contribute, and no lack of work to be involved in right now. So I'm just glad of that.
I agree with that. No lack of work to be involved in. Everybody, there's no excuse. You can get out there, you can Google anything and figure out where your voice is needed. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's everyone's responsibility.
Absolutely.
I'll say, reading, when we rehearsed this 2 nights ago, we did a tech rehearsal and we read through the book, and I haven't read the book out loud because I haven't been performing for audiences in a couple of months. And I was struck with, this idea in the story that there's a martyr who gives himself, and it inspires everyone to change and grow. And in the book, he's a willing martyr, and he's following his dream, and his sacrifice is done with a smile. And George Floyd wasn't a willing martyr, and he didn't die with a smile. But I do hope that the pictures that are now sent to everyone in this worldwide kingdom aren't forgotten, and that they do inspire us to build ladders and to climb. And I'm not, I'm just very sorry.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you, all three of you, for being so open and honest with me and with our viewers for this show tonight. Yes, I think it's an important discussion to continue. And thank you to the Trust for allowing us to use this platform to just take a moment and acknowledge what's going on right now.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you, Nathan, so much for joining us today. It was really exciting to branch out into the world of visual arts. Thanks for streaming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck with your future projects, and hopefully we'll see another book out from you at some point.
Hope so.
And Derek, it was so wonderful to work with you again. It was great to revisit Humpty Dumpty. I much prefer your version to the original.
Truth.
You guys watching at home, you can pick up your own copy of Derek and Nathan's book by clicking through on Derek's website, standupmagician.com.
Thank you.
We'll see you, Derek. Now, Lisa, we know that art can be such a powerful catalyst for hope and for positive change. So I would love for you to close our show tonight with another performance, if you will. So stick around and we'll check in with you in just a bit.
Perfect.
Great. Well, before I do hand off the evening to our lovely guest artist, I would love to remind you all to tune in next week, same time, same virtual channel for Liberty Magic at Home. It's going to be a really powerful episode. I'm going to be handing off the metaphorical host's microphone to Eric Jones. He's going to be hosting some magicians from the Black community, Tessa Evison, joined by her husband, Jeff, as well as Randy Shine. They're going to be sharing, of course, some magic, but also delving into a deeper discussion about race in the world of magic, about cultural appropriation in the history of magic, and their own experiences as artists from the Black community. It will be a full hour-long episode to give space for that important discussion, so do carve out the time to check out what these incredible artists have to share. Also, tune in tomorrow night at 7:30 for the continuation of the Dollar Bank Three Rivers Arts Festival live streaming series. Tomorrow's show is going to feature the Filter Solo Innovations Showcase, a presentation of music by live loopers, multi-instrumentalists, and one human bands. I'm excited to see what that all means. Now, don't forget to support the arts by donating at trustarts.org/TRAF. Donate, TRAF, donate. Or until the 14th, you can support individual artists by checking out the virtual artist market at trustarts.org/TRAF. Now, don't forget to purchase your own copy of Humpty Dumpty Lived Near a Wall. I'm enjoying revisiting it. Click through at standupmagician.com. Alrighty, my friends, that's all from me tonight. Lisa, take it away.
I wanna leave my footprint on the sands of time. Know there was something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I lived each day until I died, and know that I meant something in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best, brought someone some